Hey folks, and welcome back to the stream. It's a good night for video gaming as we have another PCL Division 1 championship match here this time for Valorant. It'll be the UW-Stout Blue Devils up against the George Mason Patriots all the way out in Fairfax, Virginia. I am Ty Guy, and I am joined once again by Steps. Set his alarm this time. But we have an exciting day of Valorant. And let's start talking about that team. We have the map picks in, but let's talk about our team first because we do have a few seniors on the team that we should talk about. And speaking of seniors, in the top left, hidden by his monitor, is Drake. Will be graduating this year with a degree in, I believe, computer science. Something of the sort. He's in my CS capstone, so it's related. Has to be that. In the middle is, of course, Bacon Pity, Lil Hog, as he's been masquerading as recently. In the right, he asked to go back to Wangle. Unfortunately,
Really?
Twitch chat voted he is still Lil Wang. So unfortunately, it is Will Wang in the top right. In the bottom left, our other senior is Aster, Uphase. They're all changing names around. But they will be graduating as well, I believe, with a degree in golf management, if I remember correctly. And then in the bottom right is Fruit Snacks. So a round of applause, of course, to those seniors who are graduating. This will be their final match as a Blue Devil. And they hope to cap it off with a win.
That's
And
the
so,
hope.
yes. Okay. But moving on, let's talk about these maps.
Yes. Map 1, Lotus. It looks like the map pool will be Lotus, Breeze, and Bind as the decider. Bans being Fracture, Split, Pearl, and Haven. Lotus, still fairly new to the map pool. So still kind of gaining the footing back in it. But UW-Stout map is a favorite of theirs.
Yes, is a favorite of them. That reason, of course, ending on Bind. If this one goes to all three, classic map. I think I'm trying to remember who picked which maps. I think Bind was chosen by George Mason. I could be wrong. It's also kind of the only map it could be. You know, tis how the map pool works, folks. But yeah, Lotus, Breeze, and Bind, all maps we've seen Stout play, and Stout play well. So we'll be excited. And of course, Aster back in the lineup. So subbing out there for um, Quiddick, who is returned to his cheerleading spot. You can catch him. I don't know if we can go back to the arena view. He might be in view. He is in a bright yellow wingman onesie today.
He looks incredible.
Incredible. That was... Yes,
There
he is, waving to the camera. You can also see our little wingman standing on the little counter there above the UW-Stout there in the arena. One of our many plushes. That's Fruit Snacks plush, actually. Joining a slowly enlarging cast of creatures and plushies. Like, there's a Kirby that just appeared out of nowhere.
Great.
The monkeys is Krilps from Overwatch, and I think he just leaves it here. I don't really know why. It was like a Christmas gift because it got like the Santa hat on. Of course, we have that's Bowser Jr., right? Yeah, Bowser Jr. We have Jeff the Shark. We have Busan Cow, and of course Charmander way off in the left. But yeah, those are the plushies. Wingman onesie was really all I wanted to show them. I won't lie. But yeah, exciting grand finals match. This is going to be both teams Immortal and Ascendant players all around, so should be a relatively even match. Stout did not drop any of their matches this season, unlike GMU, George Mason. They did lose to the Maryland Terps, who Stout did beat in their last matchup in the semifinals here, as well as were beat by Cincinnati. So for GMU, they'll be coming in as the underdogs, and all of their playoff games, though, have gone to 3 maps, so they certainly have kept it competitive with those other teams. And I guess they were also in this ranked division last fall, where they also lost in the grand final, so they'll be looking to redeem themselves as well. As for Stout, only dropped 5 maps all season. And in parentheses, of course, folks, if you recall, turn the clocks back. The accidental FF after losing a round being, what was it? It was 11-1, right? It was like 11-3
yeah,
or something.
It was something ridiculous.
Something ridiculous, and the clicked the wrong, meant to time out and said FF, and of course, 2 of our players are graduating this semester. So you'll see some fresh names when we return next semester on this team. But yeah, hopefully an exciting map. Going to be starting out, like we said, on that
Lotus.
Going to be interesting. Stout also looking to take this championship win. Overwatch last night in the other Div 1 ranked in Overwatch. Sent it to all 5 maps, but ultimately won out in their matchup and are now the Div 1 champions. Currently just waiting on some George Mason people to connect and get their own production up and running. Hopefully we will have that soon. Hopefully we match soon.
I hope so as well.
What are you expecting here on Lotus?
In terms of like team composition?
Team comps. I mean, Aster is back.
Right. So it's going to be a little bit different. I know when we saw not Aster on the Lotus, we were seeing Quiddick. He would typically play the Viper, I believe.
Yeah, and I think sometimes, normally, Bacon Piggy has played that in the past. I know he plays the Viper. Though, then again, Quiddick has obviously been in scrims, has been practicing Aster's role because she was participating in the school musical. So it was a known absence.
Right.
That had to be subbed for the playoffs. So at least from that, probably not too much of a difference. Maybe like a agent here or there.
Right. I'm not expecting too big of a change in terms of the team competition, the composition. However, I do expect it to feel a little different.
I'm sorry. You can't hear what's in our... I hope you can't hear what's in our headsets. I hope you can't hear. I think a lovely YouTube ad just played in our ears or something.
Very nice.
I think what was that, like a lipstick ad or something? I don't know.
Something like that.
Oh my goodness. What a soundbite to hear. Yeah, some of the audio here in the arena is wired up in interesting ways at times. So occasionally stuff like that happens. We'll count how many times we'll see the random mouse appearing on our preview screen. That's always a good one. That's always a really good one.
I think maybe how many times Prod hits the escape button, goes to the pause menu.
Alt tab. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, we're now we added another monitor to the production setup. I don't know if you saw on the sitting on top of the Prod. Another one. Yeah. Because we have instant replay up. I don't know. Were you here for that?
I was. Yeah. Rough first.
Yeah, it's better now. We have a controller now that we just set up. Yeah, it's like a fancy macro pad, and then like it was really bad because it's like kind of complicated to set up. And then there's a YouTube video of a guy who like set it up perfectly, right? Except he was like, "Yo, there's a template for this," and then he put a different template in the description.
Great.
And then I'm looking through these comments because this video is like 5 years old, right? He's like, yes. Someone asked, like, yo, can you give us the template? He's like, yes, it's in this Facebook group for X keys. I'm still waiting to get approved. Wait, we can check it right now, gang. We can check this live. Facebook. Why? Okay, whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? Go to groups. Yeah, pending.
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 Great.
Pending. I don't think because there's been no activity in the last month. No members in the last week. Both me and my producer are waiting to be approved by this company. I might send PI Engineering an email being like, "Can I get added?" That might have to be the play.
Interesting to think about having to email a tech company to get into
Yo.
a Facebook group.
PI Engineering is interesting. It's really funny because they do like a lot of engineering companies. A lot of your business is just like custom stuff, right? But sometimes they just like have stuff. So they have like the macro pad that we have, track balls for the industrial. You use track balls often because they're
Right.
reliable, right? Custom, and then they have train simulators.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you're autistic like me, PI Engineering is your best friend.
Trains.
Trains.
Nice.
Trains. I think Train Simulator 6 is out.
Maybe we should
gotta
get
be
a
playing
team
that one.
for
Yeah.
Train Simulator 6.
Is there a competitive train simulating?
We can be the first.
We could be the first.
If there is not one
the
already.
UW-Stout Invitational for Train Sim Drive. Hey, there is the Train Museum in Duluth. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there would be any place to do it, it'd be this area, All right, folks. George Mason is having a bit of issues by the looks of it, so we're going to cut to a break. You can stop hearing us talk about trains. We'll see you when we're back. Hey, folks, we should be having the match up here soon. Yes, cutting in to Agent Select. Ooh, I like it. But we do have, and the fade for us, but the veto on the side of George Mason. That one will be interesting here on Lotus. Otherwise, kind of just generic comps all around, I think. But the veto, an interesting pick. Not an agent I think I've ever seen.
Certainly not on this map.
No.
I feel like I remember us seeing Vito on Abyss way back when.
Way back. Way back.
However, yeah, definitely not on this map. This is a unique pick.
Yeah, well, at least we're finally getting started. Took them a little bit. And then, of course, they're like, it's a problem. Then suddenly we're just in. But going to start out with a good pistol around here from the sides. Yeah, going to kick things off here. Once again, George Mason just going to go for this rebel control here, but they're looking to be very aggressive with this. Nades are out, Molly down, and UW strikes first. Though two traded back the way for George Mason. Blinking health bars for them won't guarantee anything but the plant. And they get that spike down. Man advantage here for George Mason in the opening round, and they don't check the side. It will get traded out immediately. 1v3. Well, if it were anyone, it'd be Fruit Snacks. He'll get one. But George Mason start things off pretty aggressively and will take the series lead 1-0.
Absolutely. A very fantastic hold from George Mason University. They had a fantastic hold post-plant on that seaside. Imagine they'd be willing to take that control again very quickly.
You know, I really do like ice bread butter. I think that's a peak name.
It's a lot to say.
Ice bread butter on toast, on bread. Did you know at Texas Roadhouse, 2 dozen Texas Roadhouse rolls is $10?
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a great deal.
Are they not free anymore?
No, but like you can just order them.
Oh.
Yeah, you can like order just 2 dozen of them.
Oh.
$10.
Cool. All right. You want to go do that sometime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Complimentary Texas Roadhouse butter?
Yeah.
Very
free.
nice.
The cinnamon butter? Yeah. And UW, they don't check! Traded out though, but Spike spotted, but nobody else on A besides in tree. We'll see what they can get. Doesn't look, the fade gone, but the guns here in favor for George Mason, but the bandits doing work. Ooh, Smokey nearly stole one there. All right, Lil Hog with it all to do now. Tapping away, does get a dink, but with the classic, not really much you can do there. And George Mason will convert that second round here as they look into a bonus.
It was a little slower on that A push there. I'm surprised they did not take the B approach with the amount of weaponry that they had. I feel like an easy B push, fast, aggressive, would have gotten the job done. But regardless, they were able to finish that round off with a win.
Yeah, not too many lives lost. Did lose 3 there. You know, not necessarily ideal, but it'll be interesting to see what George Mason can get done in this bonus. But UW-Stout now rifles out and light armor going around. You talk about that quick B hit. It's going to come out here from George Mason. Util will come out, but it will not stop them. UW, an opportunity to do some damage and does convert on to the raise. And Lil Wang picks up one for himself. Butter knife right through the neon. Dota, though, might be caught out here. UW is by the stinger. Mag gets one with the pistol, but Lil Hog picking up 2 more, and Drake will clean it out as Stout will put their first round on the board, 1-2.
A quick retake from UW-Stout there. Couple lives lost, not the end of the world, however. Coming out with 3 rifles, 3 bodies is a fantastic spot to be in this bonus conversion round. Going into this 4th round, I would imagine that buy is going to be a little bit lighter, as we can see here. A judge for UW on the Viper. Wang is going to rapidly buy up to a Phantom. But the money is looking a little bit tight for both teams, so this round is definitely going to be a decider to see who comes out in the next couple of rounds.
Yeah, certainly a must-win round here for both teams to kind of save their economy. But for Stout, certainly must-win as well for them. And once again, this time though, George Mason taking things slower. I saw the raise, or the rise pushed up really far up towards that B, but smoke goes down and chooses not to push. Okay, Riot Games are starting to blend in my head. I'm calling it Rise like it's a League of Legends champion. You know what I'm saying? It's Raze, folks.
Get your head out of the gutter.
I know, but you face an opportunity to do it with the judge, but just
Yikes.
too far away, not within range, and the C-side, pardon me, swept over by George Mason, and all five alive. 5v3, going to be a tough retake here for Stout. If they're going to look to make it happen, Meg out on that lurk, getting that information that nobody's coming up through spawn.
And it looks to be just a save from UW-Stout. I think this is the right decision here. Coming out of this last round, losing 2 players, already not having a ton of credits for this round. Saving those rifles is the biggest decision that they can make here, especially in a 5v3 retake like this one.
Yes, certainly just save it. I mean, no loss bonus, of course, you won the last round, which is a little unfortunate, but saving the 3 rifles will certainly help here. And then I think Lil Wang on the bottom, some of the more cash in the bank too, can buy for your teammates if need be.
And if I'm not mistaken, I believe, Fruit Snacks has a good amount of money, which means that he should be able to buy one of his teammates, probably, Little Hog, and then UFace probably will go with another light buy here, probably a Judge or a Bucky. Stinger works as well. The buy is scrappy here, though. It's going to be a tough round for UW-Stout to win, and if George Mason wins this round, it's going to snowball very heavy.
Yes, certainly UW-Stout looking to stem the tide here. As the round kicks off, heavy A presence from George Mason from the Patriots here. Butter, might have spotted the barrel, takes down Fruit Snacks. Nate does some damage at least, but the site in control here for George Mason. Oh, unfortunate for Lil Hog. Little greedy there, shot down through the smoke. Now Lil Wang looking the wrong way, gets traded out by UFace with the Stinger. Might be able to upgrade her weapon. There, yes, will get a hold of the rifle. Though now, doesn't choose to go all the way. No flank here on right. Well, is still shut down by Butter, and Meg will get around onto UFace, and there'll be another round win here for George Mason, who go up 4-1.
And an early timeout coming in from the side of UW-Stout. I would imagine that coach would want to reconnect with his team and come up with some possible solutions for the drought that UW-Stout is facing right now. They cannot get on their feet in this match quite yet. I would imagine that after this timeout that they will come up with a couple plans to potentially stop these aggressive hits from George Mason.
Is that a new haircut on Wang?
It is. It looks like a bowl cut.
It is. That's...
Plastic bowl right on top.
Yep. I've been there. I've been there. Well, yeah. Good time out here from Stout. They'll be looking to recoup. And obviously George Mason, opportunity to breathe a little. You're currently very much up in the lead on this map, 4-1. It is their map pick after all, so you might expect it from them.
This is also, naturally 3-site maps are much more attacker-sided than defender-sided, just due to the nature of having 5 players. so it makes it difficult to defend on these types of maps.
I mean, that was the original Valorant gimmick almost, wasn't it, right? Obviously the agent abilities, but the 3-site maps just making it so tough for the defense, but making any round you win on defense so valuable. I mean, we've seen it in so many of the series this year where teams will, like, drop 10 rounds, right? And then just get completely reverse swept there just with...
Oh, so the boombot was tracking Wang, and it damaged I think Drake was on top of Rubble, and I was so confused. I thought the boombot had spotted Drake on top. Anyways,
see it coming out here from the side of George Mason. Stout has no choice other than to give it, quite frankly. Only one here in the defense, that being Killjoy. Lil Hog with the Sheriff into defense. Though Lil Wang caught in the crossfire. Same for Drake, just caught out. Now it is a 3v5. The light buy here, if you can even call it that, you might as well go for it. Pistols out, E-phase falls. Lil Hog falls, Fruit Snacks get one, but that will all he will get. He'll stop the flawless, but he will give GM another round here. 5-1, and for Stout, an opportunity to get rifles, but a must-win opportunity.
Yeah, and the compositions here are really interesting. UW-Stout starting on the defense has a very defensive-sided composition. GM starting on this attacking side have a very attacker-oriented composition, and it's interesting to see that it's not such a clash.
Yeah, it's certainly very interesting, but it's more interesting. It's George Mason once again going up Rebel.
Walking mound.
Walking mound. They'll run right into C once more. And a tale as old as 6 rounds now. Stout will let them take it. Happy to play the retake here. These rounds as they can, but U-Face gets one. Traded out. Can Lil Wang convert? Yes, the man advantage now for Stout. You take it down up top. Oh, but Lil Wang, the smoke. He is not the bandit after all. Our Lil Hog will trade it equal. 3-2. Now we'll get one more. Butter has melted. And Jonah shut down by Drake. It's 2 for him. And Stout finally put a second on the board here. 5-2.
Finally is right. This is a long time coming, kind of. But UW-Stout with a beautiful retake there. Had to expend an alt. Was it 2 alts? I want to say it was 2 alts. I believe that Drake on Waylay used his alt. This was great.
Yes.
Wang getting the kill on Sosua in that raise ult was super huge. Drake gearing up for a quick push into Rubble here on this A side. Is going to find some conflict between Vito and
Bring them down.
Yeah, some early contact, but nothing really coming of it.
Shocker.
Oh,
GM
could have seen this coming.
Walking C mound.
Ooh, spicy. The Viper Pit, though, is deployed on B, so they don't really have that option necessarily. But if you'll believe it, they'll sweep over site once more. You can tell how enthusiastic we are about this. If it goes like last time,
it'll be good.
It'll be good.
Mag 1 on this flank is going to not catch U-Phase. Holy. U-Phase just beat out Mag 1 with a classic.
That's crazy.
And it is going to be a... What is happening? Why are they all mount?
I'm so confused. But choosing the offsite defense, and I guess it's working for them. They'll get 2. The Neon ult out, Lil Wang falls as well. Lil Hog does trade out, but 4 for the raise. Through all of that, we question why they're all on mount, but maybe we should just shut up.
I think, yeah, this was cool. That was a huge whiff.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That's actually
oh, wow.
tragic. I can't believe you let that happen. That's wow.
Ultimate economy looking very even for both teams here. UW-Stout with 2 ultimates, Omen and a Killjoy ultimate. Could be great for retaking. George Mason quickly going to pick up an ultimate orb for this veto and will rush into tree, taking the A site, believe it or not. UW-Stout plans to retake.
Whoa! Who could have seen this one coming? But yes, a retake here for Stout once again. Once again, Han, just not great weapons for them unless all of George Mason will whip their shots like the veto. And it's going to start out well, though. The Sheriff kill there for Drake, but immediately traded there. Lil Wang falls to Jonas Vandal. Ooh, and Sputter gets 2 there. Dual peek, not able to do anything, but Drake might have an opportunity here. Will get 1. Hey, that's cash in the bank for Drake at least. Got 2 there with the Sheriff, but it is another round win for George Mason. Yes, it's attacker-sided, but with 3 more rounds here from Stout, you're looking to make it at least a bit more competitive scoreline.
Right. If this doesn't end in at least an 8-4, it's going to look a little bit weary for UW-Stout. However, it's an attacker-sided map.
It is, and we say this like we haven't seen this before.
Right.
Like double digits. It's not ideal. It means every round counts, right? Of course. But Drake.
Why are they not expecting that?
Early trade out, but unfortunately just goes the way once again of George Mason here. And Stout gambled on that early mound presence there, but ultimately George Mason chose to go up A, and now a free B site for them. 4 players live as well. Will be able to hold this well. Lil Wang, though, going to be the first contact and just can't convert there. Had the Peeker's advantage, but ultimately fails to do much with it. And U-Phase as well falls to Jonah before the util falls. And it's a 4v1, and yeah, Lil Hog knows better than to try to fight this one.
With the amount of credits that UW-Stout is holding in the bank, I would make that decision as well. It just does not make sense to fight into that. Hopefully, we can see UW-Stout playing the numbers game a little bit more in these last couple of rounds. These early deaths are really detrimental to their late game.
Yes, certainly. They haven't had a man advantage in ages at this, if they even have had one at all at this point.
I want to say at least one of the 2 rounds that they've won, they had the man advantage, but you can see without the man advantage, they are losing a lot of rounds.
Yes, they are losing a lot of rounds, and they will half buy so they can at least contest the last one here with rifles, but gonna be a tough one here for Stout if they want to make sure this doesn't go to double digits here for George Mason. And finally, we talked about the opening pick. Fruit Snacks gets 1, but Drake almost immediately traded. The rifles doing so much, but they get a second. Fruit Snacks on fire here. They'll get a third, but immediately traded there by Kabu.
Something.
Kabu
Kicho?
We're going to call them Kabu. I
Sounds
think
good to
that's
me.
what we're going to settle on here for the broadcast. Kabu. But, or it's either Kabu or Kicho. Kabu Kicho. Those really flow off the tongue.
I like Kabu.
Kabu. I like Kabu too. In 3 minutes, Twitch chat's going to be yelling at us. Now, they're actually called Kabu. But Spike will get planted here for George Mason as the rotations come over now for Stout. Do have the Killjoy ultimate. Could use it here if they opt to. With equal, yeah, they are. They need these round wins desperately. And just wait for that to grab some people. But Lil Hog spotted out. U-Face will get the Sheriff kill.
And Mag 1 is detained.
Yeah, that's huge.
Oh, Mo. U-Face does not know where Mag 1 is.
Gonna go for the bomb, but time ticking away here is gonna have to just stick the entirety of it. And that's, yeah. Unfortunately, round, yeah, gonna be over here. Bomb ticks away. Unfortunate for you, FaZe. I mean, you gotta go for it, but also maybe a blunder. Maybe just go straight for the spike and just try to defuse it there, right? With Stuck, it would have gotten it, but a round nearly won there for Stout, but for George Mason, 9-2. They're going to look to send this one to double digits in the first round, and that is a scary thought there for Stout.
Certainly it is. The hope, obviously, is that the half ends 9-3, but that was never the hope to begin with, so the best that UW-Stout can do is, wow, line up for a veto. That is the best that they can do.
That is rather unfortunate. Giving Vito another kill in this game. Giving him that redemption for that horrendous whiff onto FaZe. But UFaZe gets one, but instantly traded out. And Mag1 here, getting so many of them without the pistol, but is punished for that. Ran out of that ammo there, but UFaZe all alone. 1v3. What can the senior do? What can the team captain do here? Gonna be a tough one. But last round, why not go for it? Gonna open the door. Gonna hear the shot from Jonah. But does have to move quickly. That time is ticking away. The ult is out, yeah. Into the crossfire. 3 guns looking. Asking a lot there, and George Mason gonna start this thing out strong. 10-2 for first rounds. We head into the next pistol.
A very, very strong start from George Mason University. 10-2 is the ideal score for a team that looks like this. The composition is not going to favor them on this defensive side, so having 10 rounds to back them up is going to be key in winning this game for them, if that is how this ends. UW-Stout is going to be fighting very hard to make their way back into this game. If not, it'll have to be in Breeze.
Which is, of course, Stout's map pick. So we'll be a bit more comfortable in there. But George Mason certainly has had this Lotus on lockdown so far. But this pistol, an opportunity for Stout to roll the dice here on the offense and make something happen, start the comeback. But it is going to be a long road for them. And they're going to take it at a leisurely pace here as we figuring out where we want to go. They've taken some space, but not really much. Just that C-mount space, just that rubble there.
Although they were able to get a couple shots off on Mag1. He's currently down to 50 HP.
Drake, the information taken, and now the double peek, but it's Sosa who somehow wins that out. Drake will trade to spread butter, but the rotations have come and to have fallen here for UW-Stout. They will send it to a 3v2. Lil Hog with the kill, but Drake 33 health. Can he get the better of Mag1 here? Yes, he can. 2v2 now, but blinking health bars for Stout and a decision to make for them. Where do they send this spike? And it's going to look like they're going to send it B here on that waylay.
But it sounds like Habu is going to hear this A-Link door break, and will quickly follow Hog into the A-Link. But Hog will find the shot.
Jonah gets 1. Oh, but Jonah gets 3. Cleans up on UW-Stout, and it will be an 11 for George Mason. 1 away from overtime, at least for them and for Stout. Man, oh man, is this going to be tough.
This is not ideal for UW-Stout. They are going to have to buy up as much as they possibly can to attempt to win this round. However, George Mason is going to have the advantage in terms of weapons. 4 Spectres and an Outlaw is going to be difficult to come up against, especially with 3 Stingers and a Judge. But it looks like UW-Stout is gearing up for a B hit. Going slow, trying to take as much space. Speeding up now.
Drake going in, getting that information. One recall out of there. But they do know at least a presence B, but everyone now rushing towards the seaside. Mag 1 gets the first strike and gets Fruit Snacks with the help of Jonah there. Gets Drake as well. Mag 1 cannot be stopped right now. My goodness, so many kills going his way, and the spike as well. Oh man, that's going to be tough.
One enemy remaining.
Butter does get you phased, and Lil Hog, all that's left will end the reign of Mag 1, but it took all of his bullets to do so, and now, map point here for George Mason. They have swept over this Lotus.
It has been a ridiculous showing from George Mason on this Lotus. It is not looking great for UW-Stout. I do not know that this map is winnable at this point, especially with the amount of credits that they have. They are not going to be able to buy.
It's going to be tough for them. It's inevitable. Have to win every single round from here on out, and they're going to do it on just an amalgamation of weapons. Nothing that you really want. Your Guardian's your most powerful. Mag 1 once again starts things up with an opening kill, though Lil Wang with the Bandit does trade him out. So Jonah with the shotty. A little aggressive there. Maybe just wanting it a little too much. Will get shut down by Fruit Snacks. But 2 deaths there for Butter. Will get traded out there by Fruit Snacks, but damage is done. 2-2. When it should be a lot more people alive here for Stout. The blinking health bar as well on the fade is not what you're really wanting. Kabu on the high ground, 1 on a mound. Ooh, gets the head time on Fruit Snacks, so traded out by Lil Hog. The 1v1 now with it all to do. Lil Hog has to win this one out. The robot will come out. Outlaw in hand. Might be looking the wrong way. Not spotted.
Oh my.
Lil Hog, though, will save Stout for another day. The Outlaw, not really the weapon you want to have in that fight, and chose not to pick one off the ground. And ultimately, Robot comes in clutch there, but for Stout, another chance at life.
Yes, just one more chance at life here for UW-Stout. They looked good enough on that last round, but
Coming back.
that was also George Mason's lower buy round, their bonus. So they are coming into this round with money.
Yes, they will have money for this one. And Stout, well, it doesn't really matter what they have. They just have to win, and not the start you want. Mag 1 picking up another opener. What can Stout do? Mag 1 is low. He will get out of there, of course. And Lil Wang, though, trades it right back on over. Takes down Jonah. 4v4 now. The Mag, though, has the ult. And Butter away in the back line with Sosa here. Only achieved just a little poke there onto the Viper. Oh, and onto the Waylay as well. 6 health here on Drake. Gonna dash away. Kind of risky there because one bullet will do him in, though. They do have Butter isolated here. Sosa, 14 health as well. Very low as well. They have Lil Wang. Sosa falls, but Butter still gets one. Can he get another? Spots out 2, but so many targets on screen and just target overload. Mag 1 going for kills, but this time, bit rare for him. Whiffs. Will they check Kabu? Yes, they do. It takes one of their lives, but they do get the kill in the end, and it's another round here for Stout. Can't get the spike down, though. No extra cash in the bank, but hey, you're on rifles anyways now.
Yeah, no extra cash is not particularly a concern for UW-Stout. They have enough money to buy enough for this round, as George Mason University does not have any money, so they are going to save on this round.
You should call them the Patriots.
That's better. Yeah, but then I don't want.
You're Virginia, you know, yeah.
Tom Brady
Yeah.
pushing up mound.
Mag 1's throwing bullets out here like prime Tom Brady. I'm telling you, man. Opening kill every round so far. Like the past 6 rounds, this guy is crazy. This time, though, not in a position. Well, maybe Stout is going to hit this A site. The scariest man on the server here, this Vito. We talked. It doesn't matter what agent you select. You're going to land bullets like that. It won't matter. We'll see them all tree, and the rotation is going to quickly come over here for Stout. They do have the Killjoy there in C connector, C link, to at least maybe hold some people off, maybe catch someone in the rotation. Going to be a fight there, and Lil Hog is going to win out that gunfight with Jonah in B. Oh, but Kabu behind gets U-Phase in the smoke. So it's a 4v4 once again. But Fruit Snacks does get Kabu. Just not a lot of guns for George Mason here. They'll get Mag, and all that's left is Butter. And, well, Butter will get thrown out, unfortunately, past its expiration date. And Stout puts a 5th onto the board.
I don't know what we're seeing from Stout right now, but it is certainly a different look than what we saw on the previous half. I hope that UW-Stout can keep this up in an effort to snowball their way back into this game, but they are so close to losing this map. One round, one mistake, and it could cost them.
Cost them dearly, as they will lose the map. But for Stout, now, scary now for George Mason, though. They do have guns this time around. Drake, though, gets better with Jonah. Traded out immediately by Lil Wang. Drake's going to wave both for Fruit Snacks and Sosa. Ooh, but Lil Wang gonna keep the man advantage here for Stout. 1v1 spawn, and for George Mason, question that has to be asked, will they go for this one? It is a 3v2, so not an impossible ask whatsoever. But Stout going to... Yeah, the ult's going to come out there. They're going to run, at least for a retake now. They'll leave the Viper here in a mound to watch for that angle as they prepare the defense here for the retake. Sosa popping the ult, but will die doing so. Fruit Snacks gets popped by Kabu. 2v1 now. And cannot convert. Lil Hog shuts down Kabu as UW-Stout send this one to 6. 6 more rounds and they'll be tied.
Yes, yeah. 6 more rounds certainly is a possibility. George Mason on another light buy here will not be able to afford rifles. Couple sheriffs, Marshall for Jonah. But UW-Stout are looking to play this one safe.
Safe, please. Don't give me a heart attack here. Blue turret will get popped. Jonah gonna peek with the Marshall, but the shot goes wide.
Marshall picked up by Butter.
They're gonna send another brave soldier out there. If the man before you dies, you must pick up his rifle and follow in the footsteps. Butter, yeah, peeking with the Marshall. 5 bullets in it. Util gonna come out, gonna miss the shot onto as well. Sosa, though, in hiding here if the Killjoy chooses to get greedy, but Stout desperate to make sure they win this round. They're going to be playing very safe, I suspect. We'll do the waylay dash, and now Lil Hog backing out.
Uh-oh. Timing.
The timing.
Oh,
just barely misses out. Raze nearly had an opportunity to do some damage here for Stout.
Sosa is quickly on the tails of UW-Stout, though.
Oh, and already Butter gets one onto U-Phase. Some door mismaps happening as well. Butter gets a second? That's crazy with the Sheriff. 1 health as well. Blinking health bars for Stout. Will get a heal off, though, there for the fade. They're going to move towards this B. Maybe they're going to go through spawn, but they need to be aware that Sosa could be here. Knives are out. Oh my goodness, the fade dies.
And Wayne got the spike.
How on earth?
No!
But time is out. And George Mason on an eco will get the Lotus win.
What a timing from Sosa there. That was ridiculously lucky.
Not yeah, knife out as well, just a panic setting in, of course, time low, and that is what happens. But wow, yeah, George Mason, uh, they came in, we assume, kind of as underdogs. They lost to the Terps, they lost to Cincy, but on their own, obviously it's their map pick, but still did a great job. But we are going to cut to a break here, folks, and when we come back, Breeze. Hey folks, and welcome back to the stream. Back for the PCL Division 1 Grand Finals here for Valorant. It's UW-Stout Blue Devils up against George Mason University Patriots, and the series is currently 1-0 in favor of the Patriots right now. I'm Ty Guy, once again joined by Steps. As what an interesting Lotus there.
Very, very interesting. A dominant sweep from George Mason University. That they did not take their foot off of the gas. They were very, very aggressive.
Yeah, we might be able to see some of those clips from that match, but wow, just complete domination, double-digit first half from George Mason, and we're going to see some of them here. I mean, yeah, here was one. The judges maybe not as impactful as we've seen them in the past, but yeah, Butter, smooth as butter, but Mag won. Mag won was the man of the match there for the side of George Mason. Did so much for them. We did get some good highlights, but ultimately we won, 6 rounds in total, and most of them came on the attacker side.
Right.
Just not really what we were looking for. This one was funny, though.
That
the
was
classic headshot, that's crazy. That was crazy. But Mag
And
won.
then
It
Mag
felt
won
like
did
every round had an opening kill. Well, just 3K, everything coming out of this. And then at the end, of course, just unfortunately fell short. Mag 4K. No one got an ace, though. No aces this game.
No aces.
No aces this game.
Maybe we can see a couple, maybe one.
From Stout, ideally.
Ideally.
From Stout. But yeah, 12-4, 12-5, 12-6. No 6-7s, though.
Unfortunate.
It's tragic.
My fingers are crossed for Breeze.
Yes, and Breeze, the agent's already selected here.
We got I Spread Butter with the 6-7 name tag.
That is crazy. That is also breaking the everyone is together except Butter.
I kind of respect it.
I kind of do too.
I kind of respect it. Butter again on this Neon for Breeze. Not quite a mirror comp, but pretty close. We've got like 2 Vipers, 2 Neons, 2 Sova.
2 of a lot of things.
2 of a lot of things.
Yeah.
The outliers are coming from Euphase on Astra, and Jonah on that Brimstone again, and then Sosua on a KO. And
Scanning ahead.
we have Drake on Sky.
Yeah, Sky instead for that util. But a pistol round to kick things off here on UW-Stout's map pick, hoping for a better performance from them and an ability to send this one to a 3rd map, which of course would be Bind. But it's all going to have to start off on Lil Wang getting an opening kill, but it is immediately traded back by Kabu, and immediately traded back and forth by both teams here, but Butter getting 2 means the man advantage goes the way of George Mason.
One enemy remaining.
Jonah ensures that man advantage, and Euphase will get 1, but it will not be enough. The first round, once more, going the way of George Mason.
An unfortunate start from UW-Stout there, just caught lacking in the mid. It's just unfortunate. George Mason was able to win out the gunfights and win out on the pistol round. Going to look up on this first buy round.
Yeah, being caught up in mid is tough.
Very.
Very obviously, pistol a little, kind of an equalizer a little bit. Everyone's got a 1-tap you, but for Stout, still be on the pistols, and for George Mason, an opportunity to do some damage here with guns of the light kind. But Lil Hog, with that bandit, going to get the better of his counterpart on Viper, taking down Mag 1. No opening pick this time for them, though Lil Wang will die to Sosa with the Ares. Or, I forget what that gun is called. It's still like drum mag machine gun.
Yeah, the Ares.
The Ares, I did have it
You got
right.
it. You got it.
I did have it right. I'm too used to seeing Odin's, man. You know what I'm saying? But Stout going to take that mid presence once more. Happy to just trade out on B. And they're going to rotate through double doors here and head towards A, into the waiting arms of Butters Bulldog.
Yikes.
Letting the dog loose there on UW-Stout. Gets a triple kill. Spike as well. And that's basically round over here for Stout. Unless Lil Hog has some heroics in him, he can get one. But can't get any more than that. But what a 3K from Butter. Right place, right time. They even peaked, and we'll see it here. Yeah, they're even looking that direction, but just line up on each other. And it's, yeah, pistols into that Bulldog. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that lucky kills for Butter, maybe?
That might be clip of the match right there. That was crazy.
That was nice.
That was actually nasty. But now for Stout, rifles in hand. Obviously, George Mason's bonus. They'll be looking to do some damage and send things to 2-1. A familiar place we find ourselves here in the second map. George Mason up. UW-Stout down nothing. 2-0, of course, the count here. George Mason, of course, 1 up in the series, 1-0 in this best of 3. So a win on this map would, of course, mean the series and championship win. For Stout, though, taking things a bit slower this time. Spike more towards that A site, though. Could see it rotate off here. Yeah, Stout, they really love taking this mid control. We may see them do that once more here. As well, they're not really taking any opening duels, as they just quite frankly haven't gone the way I say that. Gonna head towards B instead, as the team slowly disappears, slinking and sliding towards that B side. And probably gonna look to execute here very soon. Jonah gets one, will be traded out, but Sosa there with the Ares, able to trade out another to keep the man advantage in favor of George Mason. Throwing the 1-2 too much. U-Phase equalizing things out. U-Phase making sure that there's an advantage. Wow, with the Vandal gets 2. Now, long-range gunfight here in the retake. Mag 1 with the Sheriff, though, gets 1. U-Phase gets a 3rd. Can't you get the 4th? Gonna reload here. Mag 1, though, with all to do. But for anyone for George Mason, it would be Mag 1. But unfortunately caught out there, can't get the original pick, and will be shut down by Fruit Snacks. UW-Stout finally puts 1 on the board.
Finally, indeed, it took a bit, but UW-Stout able to gain their footing and win out on their bye round. Going into this round, losing 3 lives in that last round, UW-Stout is looking a little bit desperate for money. 3 Vandals with light shields on top of the 2 Vandals with heavy shields saved from last round is going to be a little bit difficult. Mag 1 spotted out by this Sova drone is going to back up after throwing a molly in A main.
Ooh, U-Phase nearly caught out there. Brought down to just 30 health, but the armor bails her out. And Mag 1, ooh, spots Lil Wang. But will he check the sky? Doesn't matter, Drake gets the better. U-Phase traded out, though. Lil Wang, though, gets the better of his Neon counterpart. And now a 4v1, and the A side completely clear here for Stout. Means that they'll run that spike over Jonah, though. Vandal in hand may try their luck here. Ooh, and they are going to be rewarded for it. Lil Wang will fall. Just not expecting the Brimstone to run at him like that. Jonah, though, going to combat stim himself up there for a second. Now, going to retake. Flashed out, spotted both players. Flash. Jonah gets 1. Can't get any more. But Stout, while it's a round win, I mean, 2 alive at the end when maybe it should be 4 or 3. Not necessarily super ideal, but yeah, it's going to leave 2 of them on light armor.
Yeah, and definitely not ideal. However, Hog will have enough money to buy Drake a Vandal, which means that Drake can buy himself heavy armor for this round. George Mason is going to be on a light buy for this round. A couple sheriffs, light armor all around, a shorty. George Mason looking to get a little bit aggressive on this A main. Take some space and wait.
Yeah, looking to punish Stout for that early main presence, and they will get one pick. Here for their a little bit of an eco, gets it with the Sheriff. They'll immediately trade it out here by Stout. Will remain a 4v4, and the drones just passing each other, saying hi. It's like an Amazon drone and a DoorDash drone, you know, just passing by each other. In the California sky. Waymo in a Tesla self-driving taxi. Both heading to crash in a different part of town.
Jonah is
Ooh,
just going
Jonah
to...
shoddy! I can't get anything. Sawed off will do nothing as U-phase will just tap him in the head. Stout, though. Spike planted here on B. And George Mason sent into a retake now. 3 alive for them, 3v4. Ooh, but I suspect Sova's going to get caught out here. Butter gets the stun out, but won't get any more than that. And now Mag1 with a bandit. If there was anyone to do damage here, it would be Mag1, the hero of that first map, the star player here. Did so much, got so many kills. Will spot out U-Face, but ultimately will fall. Got into that crossfire. Stout taking the lead.
For the first time in this series, UW-Stout is going to have the lead in a map.
Let's hope they keep it. Let's hope they keep it this time.
My fingers are crossed. I am knocking on wood, and I hope that I don't jinx it.
Yeah.
This isn't really wood.
It's not really wood. It's,
well,
the door would be wood. I could go knock on this door.
Knock on it for me, too. Oh, okay.
It's actually like kind of hardwood.
Oh, great. All right, well,
no.
I guess we're going to lose now.
Yeah, something like that. Who knows? But we're Stout. Oh, crap. Hit by. Just on the table. We're getting hurt here in the broad booth. Lil Wang. So what is going on? The Viper Pit does get up temporarily there. As, oh my goodness. George Mason takes down so many. Yeah, so many ults expended out. Had the flawless round there for George Mason. Yeah, we shouldn't have said anything.
So many ultimates from both teams. What did we see there? We saw
Viper Pit.
Yeah, Hogs Viper Pit. Brimstone.
What happened here? Yeah, Viper Pit going down gets immediately shot. Jonah gets 2.
Astra ult.
The orbital, oh my goodness, just everything.
Yeah, everything, everywhere. That is a lot of utility.
Yeah. Utility only the Neon up now for Stout. 2 here for George Mason as well. Ooh, and the Neon slide away. Drake! Brother needs to get back on the Kovacs or something. That track was terrible.
Aim Labs.
Yeah.
Kovacs
I'm a boomer like that. I'm a Kovacs kind of guy. But is traded out, though, so the man advantage equal here as Stout will get some presence here on B, though. 2 here for George Mason and others rotating over quickly, including Jonah in this backside. And Kabu will get Lil Wang. Spike is planted.
I cannot use that.
Sosa. Run down. The shock dart will get some damage on Fruit Snacks. Oh, and now Jonah strikes from behind. Oh, and Lil Hog can't do much by himself. It's George Mason take the lead away from Stout here. 4-3.
Jonah going uncleared, unchecked on that back alley is detrimental to UW-Stout. Able to hop up on those boxes and grab 2 picks for himself. Shut down the UW-Stout hit onto B, and because of that unfortunate event in this past round, UW-Stout is going to call a timeout.
Yeah, and a much needed timeout for them as well.
UW-Stout hoping to regroup, reset here going into this next round. Was looking a little bit better for them in the past 3 rounds. Unfortunately, in the past couple, George Mason has been able to take the better of them, and it is not looking like UW-Stout wants that to happen again.
All right, folks. Someone just bet 10,000 channel points on Stout.
Probably Coach.
Yeah, probably Coach. Probably Coach. I need someone now to bet on George Mason, though. Someone in the chat needs to... They're not going to hear this in time, which is unfortunate.
Why don't you just spend all of your 9,500 channel points?
I can't because I set up the prediction.
That's dumb.
I know, right? I can't.
That's
You know what? I think I can.
Can
I
you?
think I can.
Yeah,
We're gonna put it all.
Bet it
We're
all.
gonna put it all on Stout.
That's
9K.
not all. You had 9,000. All right, there we go.
It's fine. All right. All right.
All right, we are still in timeout. Question mark?
Question mark? Yeah, we're back now. I can no longer manage this prediction. Someone in production will have to do this for me.
Okay, we are not in timeout, actually.
No, we're just in game now. There's
Nice.
a Viper with like 5 health here for Stout.
Missed that.
But ooh, almost had a peek there onto the KO, but ultimately not to be.
Drake is going to heal U-Phase up for that life that she lost.
Yeah, that will be good. The Sky, of course, that utility able to do that there. As Stout looking to attack this B site. They really like this B site. And Sosa shut down immediately, but traded out. Jonah gets 2, though. Will keep the man advantage here, but Drake will equalize things out. No surprise. Jonah from behind this time, and Lil Hog with a good flick will take down Kabu, and now U-Phase being aggressive, taking space, but it might cost the team here. Aggressiveness, but caught out with no weapon. Lil Hog punishes, and Stout will equalize 4-4. They want to make sure this thing goes to 3 maps.
UW-Stout looking aggressive on that last round, definitely cost them a couple lives. However, coming out on top with the round win is the best part for them. Looking to even this score up, like you said. And it looks like UW-Stout is going to group up towards this mid area, attempt to take control of this space like they have been.
Lil Wang, oh, just immediately shut down by Sosa, and the flash still can't convert it. Drake shut down. Sosa gets 2. Wow, what a misplay there from Stout. Had the 2-man squad and just unable to convert it. Sosa, though, great headshots coming from him.
I think Sosa is just good.
Yeah, wow. Man does his aim labs, maybe. Lil Hog nearly caught out with the util there. Mag 1 shut down, though. Butter will get, Lil Hog will get fruit snacks as well. U-Phase will peek into it. Can't get Butter. But now the whole team has coming. Now, what can U-Phase do alone? Not much. Will get 1, but George Mason immediately just take the lead back.
Too many mollies. Too much throwable utility for George Mason. Yeah, Wang just whiffing the shot, and Sosa is just great with those headshots.
Yeah, Sosa doing a lot here for the team. Got 2 there to open it up against
U-Phase
Stout.
ultimate charge.
Well, you know what? We have Mag 1 dead now, so unfortunately we're going to have to skip that. But Butter gets 2! Everyone's blinded. Oh, maybe not what you want to give. It's an eco, yes, but still so much. Kabu might get fruit snacks here. Dodging away, will manage to dodge away successfully. Drake, though, going to be aggressive here. Has the Phantom, but also only has 10 health. Blinded out and spotted. Fruit snacks, though, gets Sosa. Jonah dead as well. U-Phase will team up there with fruit snacks, and they will shut down Kabu, and we'll get a thrifty round to equalize things 5-5.
Sosa is great with these flashes as well. Not only with just these headshots, being able to hit these miraculous shots, But the flashes, pop flashes out of smokes, pop flashes out of angles, long flashes from deep, everywhere. Sosa is throwing these flashes, and they are effective. UW-Stout is going to have to come up with something to deal with this.
Yeah, Sosa just might be mid-table, but like has done so much for this George Mason team utility-wise. That's why you picked the KO, of course, right?
Right.
Has done so much, but defensive Viper Pit out here on A will slow Stout down. Drake is going to spot the Neon mid, and Stout going to walk away from A here and may return to their early game roots, may return to the B hit. We'll see from them as they slowly start walking up here.
Sosa.
Oh, gets Lil Wang as well. Sosa doing so much right now. Brimstone smoke out, rotations flying over here. There is a wall up. Will split some of the team, but it won't split this smoke at all. So Stout forced to a standstill here once again, unable to maybe capitalize on a quick B hit like they may have been looking for after Lil Wang is cut down.
30
Smoke
seconds
gone, but
left still.
Smoke's going to come back right out again, so they're going to have to just peek this one, and it will work in their favor. Sosa falls. The Soma ult will take down Jonah. That's big, but Kabu on point. Kabu no longer on point. And UFaze will get Butter as well. And now it's the Viper all alone. Meg one. Judge as well, not really the weapon to do this, and will get shut down by Fruit Snacks. And UW-Stout take the lead back, 6-5.
Last round.
A fantastic reset, re-hit from UW-Stout there on that B side. They were able to cut the noise, slow things down, maybe communicate a little bit, and successfully hit into that B site after all of the utility had faded. A great showing of entry skills for UW-Stout.
A good flash this time as well onto that KO. Front Spout not being the ones completely blind, and we're able to get that kill because of it. UFaze will be spotted out by the dart just once, but will manage to take it out. Ooh, and UFaze! Butter's just that good, man. Smooth as butter. Gets that headshot. Kabu here in the defense with the Vandal, but just shut down immediately. Mag one as well, taken down with a headshot. And Butter's gonna pop the Neon ult, but immediately get taken down. Jonah will trade Fruit Snacks out. Swapping guns like it's a slot machine. Wow. Lil Wang gets Sosa, and now it's all just Jonah left alone. We'll take down the dog. Get the dog out of the house, but just looking to do some damage now. But can't do anything as Lil Hog will get a 3K that round and shut down Jonah. 7-5 for the half here for Stout, and for the first time, they'll be going up ahead.
Can we get a replay on the kill from Wang onto Sosa? He was like pop flashed out of doors, and then jumped, and Wang just like hit the headshot. It was insane. It was like a really nice shot. We don't have to get a replay.
We'll be saying there's someone right now. Ooh,
oh,
we might get it here. Yes, we get Kabu dying. Lil Hog. I will.
Yeah,
Wang.
That was great.
That was nasty. That was nasty.
A great micro adjustment from Wang. Those aim labs may be showing. I didn't realize that he was only 4 and 11. So
that's because he's using Kovacs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The orange circles are the ones that matter, not the blue ones. Okay, man. But Stout now on defense. Gonna let George Mason sweep over this B site. Pistol round here. No deaths so far, but a spike is planted as Stout will move into the retake. And now Sosa, Lil Wang have a bit of history themselves so far this match. Looking the opposite way, but Kabu shot through the box will be brought low, though Meg 1 gets the first blood. Will take down Drake. Trade's going either way, but UW-Stout winning most of them out. Sosa behind, but doesn't convert the shot. Will get UFaze though, but will be left alone now. 2v1. Spike being defused, looking the wrong way.
Oh
And
my!
it's both! What a clutch from Sosa.
Miraculous scoreline.
Yeah, we'll send it to the 6-7 folks. at home.
6-7.
Stand up and do it yourself in front of your TV. It's a great family activity. But unfortunately
Wow.
for Stout, kind of fumbling the pistol round there.
Why was nobody looking behind them?
Tough. I shot multiple times too by Sosa. He got away with so much that round. There's a reason why he's the top fragger right now for George Mason, but Stout, not the way you want to start this one out necessarily, but still have a one round buffer on your own map pick. But now in defense, they'll have it all to do, and George Mason looking to abuse this B side. UFaze will spot all of them, but it will cost her life to do so, and now the rotation's flying over for UW-Stout. Sonar dart out will get immediately taken down. Sosa flashes, gets Lil Wang. Fruit Snacks flashed again as well. Lil Hog shut down, and with pistols, just nothing they can do. George Mason coming alive, 7-7.
Wow. Wow.
Just an excellent execute from George Mason there. Every Stout death just blinded. Just you can't fight back, and now a bonus round here for George Mason. Stout looking, if they want to hold on to this lead, they'll have to do something with these rifles. And it'll be a tall ask even with it. Just George Mason coming back to life on this map. Starting out with 2-round wins so far. 7-7, of course, the score line. Lil Hog shot by the dart will be revealed, but nothing more. As the spike towards A here, but still doesn't mean necessarily commit from George Mason. They've seen a lot of success on that B strike, but maybe looking to change things up. They've taken some mid presence, but they will give it up and start their rotations over towards A. The dog out from Sky means that they will clear some knowledge for themselves. The Sky is rotating off the site. That might be a bit of a read blunder here from Stout. Egg one posted up with the Marshall. Lil Wang, ooh, the jump peek gets out with his life. And now Butter zooming and grooving. Lil Hog dies, but Lil Wang will trade it out immediately. But all alone, Fruit Snacks now here in the defense. Lil Wang gets the spike down. Ooh, they spot out one. Mag with the Outlaw, though, gets Fruit Snacks. Drake teams up Lil Wang to convert that one. Lil Wang will fall to Jonah, but he was low health anyway. Spectre gets UFaze. Drake will get the kill. The lead will be retained here for Stout, but not how many deaths you want in a round like that.
Absolutely not. No, UW-Stout losing 4 lives, 4 rifles, and a lot of money from that round.
Tough.
Fortunately for UW-Stout, they came out on top with a round win, which will put the score to 8-7, which keeps UW-Stout in the lead. Just to retain that lead is all they have to do.
And not going to start out well.
No
Oh, but
way.
Lil Wang trades it right on back. 4v4 now. Heavy util usage here on this A side. Lil Wang all alone here, but the team sweeping over. Now Lil Wang gets a second, gets Sosa down. That's tough. Rager gone. Finally brought down. Oh, but Jonah just lines that one up so clean with it. Smokes down here. We'll give Stout some breathing room, but we'll force them into a part of the map they know that George Mason is watching. The bird out, Neon dead. Sova, Sova gets 2. Kabu gets a 3K. And Stout will see the score line tied up 8-8. Good damage, though, in the round. But still, the bank account's not looking great for Stout.
Definitely not. But the damage that UW-Stout put out does mean that Sosa can't buy heavy shields. Will be very poor going into this next round with light shields only and a Vandal. But UW-Stout will be the ones who are poorer. Going into this round, they will be, I believe, light buy.
Yeah, very light buy. Yeah, just pistols out, really. Yeah, sheriffs. Basically, Nico here forced out. Trying to retain that bank account. No, Drake, an opportunity to do something here. Unfortunately, just cannot convert. Sosa and Butter combined to take down 2. And now 5v3 here. Stout down 2 on the defense. And the A site already. Jonah and Soba on it. Lil Wang nearly misses the shot, but he gets 2. That's huge. Great damage from Lil Wang in this eco.
Brings it to a 2v3.
Yeah, 2v3, but still no easier for Stout.
Certainly
Still
not.
no easier for them. Unable to even get a gut. Well, they do have the 1 Vandal. Fruit Snacks will trade for 1, but unfortunately will get traded out himself. But get 3 in the round, chipping away. It will be a 9-8 advantage here for George Mason. We can see Lil Wang here. Nearly whips it on the first one, but we'll get it. And we'll get Jonah as well.
And I believe for the first time in this map, since I believe about round 5, George Mason will take the lead with a 9-8 score.
Yeah, the lead really just been going back and forth here. Tied lead. But George Mason will take it again, but Stout did the damage they need to do and will be able to probably enter this round in with guns. And after this timeout, they'll be hoping to kind of reset here, cool down, maybe ice out, maybe freeze out George Mason a little here, you know, stop this momentum train that's kind of going, and hopefully send us to a map 3.
That is the hope. UW-Stout will definitely need to make some adjustments if they want to come out of this map as the winner. Bind is what they are hoping to see.
Yeah, hoping for bind from the side of UW-Stout. But first, to get there, they do have to get through their own map. Pick Breeze, right? You would hope they can win, but it's going to be all rifles for both sides and a must-win round for Stout. Unable to afford all full armor, the must-win, and George Mason going to expend everything here. And a trade to start things out. 4v4 now. George Mason in complete control of this B site. Little Hog pushed up into the smoke. Needs to be careful. The util will begin to fade, though will be reset. The dog is out. Will spot the Neon and will take them down, but Sosa on the side! Nobody checks it. And now a 2v1.
Sosa low.
Sosa low, but UFace only has a pair of eyes, nothing more. And now 10-8 lead for George Mason. Wow, but yeah, starts out so good for Stout. They get that there, but they tunnel on getting that util out. They don't expect the flank from Sosa round the wall, and they are ultimately punished and sent right back to a sheriff buy.
Yeah, unfortunately for UW-Stout, this is not looking good at a 10-8 position. This is not the time that you want to be on an eco. This certainly could mean 11-8 for George Mason, and that is, wow, a very quick headshot on a sliding Neon from Lil Hog.
Yeah, wow. Takes out the Neon. What a flick there for a Lil Hog. Fruit Snacks drone will spot out the Brimstone. Another drone coming out will be taken down. Meg 1. Ooh, Meg 1. New phase. They're aggressive here. Could punish this outlaw, but can't land the shots and will be forced to back out. Almost an opportunity there as George Mason rotates the spike over here. Oh, Jonah.
Jonah has complete control of a B elbow.
Oh my God. Drake can't even convert there, and it's a disaster for Stout. Had the ability to cause some chaos there towards mid, but all of them will fall. Lil Hog, though, gets 1. We'll get Jonah. Lil Wang will get a 3rd. And suddenly, this game, the equation is changing. Spike will get planted A. Could control of the doors here for George Mason. Lil Wang, though, will give his position up. But 2v2, guns in hand, 2v1 now. Stout, an opportunity to do it. They cannot fumble it like they have so many times. The Viper pit out, but they might be caught looking the wrong way. No one defending Lil Hog there. Lil Wang, time ticking away, looking the wrong way, and it's a clutch from Sosa. Stout had an opportunity to do it on an eco. George Mason will send this one to 11.
Viper Pit invested in that eco round is so unfortunate for it to go to waste. That was the last hope of that round. One rifle and some sheriffs was not going to do it, but the Viper Pit could have meant something.
Man advantage as well there somehow in the amp. They'll have rifles for this round, and it is must win. It is must win for Stout. A loss here will put their bank account in shambles in a 12th round. And Drake and Fruit Snacks will combine. They'll start it out. The ult coming off and popping off. Kabu. Ooh, nearly spotted out. Lil Hog knows someone's over here. And Lil Hog will get Sosa at least. Jonah, though, it feels like he gets a kill all the time. Lil Wang will trade it out. Kabu will get Lil Hog, even though they were looking for it. 3v2 now. It just feels like George Mason has the presence of another player, you know what I'm saying? 2 ults here as well for George Mason, including the Viper Pit. Spike in the hands of that Viper. UFaze, she's aggressive, would have an opportunity to punish this Viper's positioning. And will do so. Mag 1 down, Spike spotted. Oh, but caught out with the util. And now the Sova running, but is caught by Lil Wang. And Stout will keep the dream alive. 11-9, but what does their bank account look like? It will be enough to buy guns. It will be enough to buy guns, even
just
with those
barely.
Just barely.
Just
though.
barely. And Wang and Fruit Snacks have a little bit of extra cash if a teammate needs a purchase, but it is low, and George Mason also low. Will have enough to buy rifles in this round. At least 4. At least 4 rifles.
Judge, why not, you know, put it on the Viper. And they do have 3 ultimates as well. Should be noted. Going to be a heavy A push here from George Mason. They are looking to abuse this ultimate advantage to their favor, most likely. I say that, though. They might start slinking off. Stout gambling 3 here onto the A site. The Neon as well in quick rotation. George Mason just happy to send this clock down, build up the nerves here. And here comes the execute. Gonna hop into the side, and Lil Hog will start things out. We'll get traded out, but it is what's needed. But Drake shot through smoke. Not what you want. Jonah will be left to watch the behind, but Lil Hog gets 1, but shut down by the judge in the Viper Pit. The sprays through will not connect. UFaze. Judge out as well. Needs to be careful. Kabu, though, hit by the shock dart. Just a bullet will do him in. Ooh, and UFaze gets mag 1. Kabu brought down. Remember, 61 health. Not much you can do. 2v1 now. It is Jonah. Jonah, knowing what that bank account looks like, will put the molly down.
Jonah has ult.
Yeah, it has ult. They need to defuse this. Fruit Snag. Yeah, the ult goes.
Concentrate, Sova.
Half of it is taken. An opportunity to clutch it, but they can't.
0.12 seconds. Oh my goodness.
What
UW-Stout is so close on so many of these rounds. It is minuscule mistakes that are costing them. They are so close, but they just cannot win out on these rounds. Score coming up to 12-9 for George Mason. They are looking confident. They want to win this grand final.
What a fumble. A mistake you can't make, but Lil Wang, desperate alongside UFaze, just a mishmash of weapons as well. Lil Wang popped out 1 health left for him. It is the man advantage here for Stout, but it's basically a 3v3 with how much health is left on Wang. No
Weapon
real health on
advantage.
him.
Weapon advantage goes to George Mason.
Of course, the weapon advantage here in favor of George Mason, but Lil Hog will keep the man advantage high here for Stout. And maybe a round to bail themselves out here with George Mason. I mean, you might as well just go for it, you know? You have the guaranteed overtime. What do you have to lose here? You have it all to gain. Could be the series win. The spike on the Brimstone and the Viper Meg 1 going a long way around and was walking, but now has slowed things down. Might get a good flank here. Fruit Snacks, though, expecting someone to peek. The Viper peeks, but Fruit Snacks loses the gunfight. Drake can't convert either. Lil Hug shut down by Jonah, and suddenly this round wide open here for Mag. I don't know if either of them spotted each other.
Drake does not
Drake
expect
doesn't
this.
know. Mag 1 gets the kill. The spike planted, and now Lil Wang in the clutch. 1 health.
Everyone is 1 bullet.
To 2, and Mag 1 from the side will shut down any hope of a Stout victory as George Mason returned to where they were last semester in the fall, and they will win out this championship series in the Div 1 PCL playoffs here. Unfortunate for Stout. They certainly tried their best. They did make it competitive on their own map pick, but George Mason came in today ready to win. And wow, just a great game from George Mason. Also, still shout out, of course, to our own players here. UW-Stout, their final game of the season, the final game for some of the players. They got to play their hearts out. Unfortunately, couldn't end it with a win, but still, we thank them for everything that they've done for this program, of course. But that will be all from us this week as the final seasons is kicking around both for the students and for esports. For those tuning in, though, on May 2nd and 3rd, check out WEC State Final here at Stout Esports Arena. You can come in person or watch it here on Stout Esports channel or on the WEC Twitch. That will be all from us here at the broadcast booth. I've been Ty Guy, and I've been joined one last time by Steps. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Have a nice night. Thank you once again.